Testimony. Hi, this is Walking Testimony. I had to remake the video, The Ring, for somehow I think I deleted it by accident. I didn't mean to. But I wanted to talk about it because it was very important to me. In 2016, at the beginning of 2016, right after Christmas, my husband had wanted to get a divorce, and I ran to Jesus. And I prayed, and I fasted, and I turned to Jesus, and Jesus restored my marriage. But before then, we were planning a vacation, and I had, at the time, we had paid it a year in advance, so we had had the vacation, planned it in 2015 for 2016. And so it was a family vacation. I had planned it, and at that time, I was going to church and reaching out to God, and I wasn't wearing my wedding ring. But I was still believing that God would restore my marriage. I took it off just because he said he didn't love me, and I felt like I didn't know what was going to happen, so I just didn't want to wear it at that time. But when I had this experience, we were on vacation. I think it was like the second night of our vacation. I got woken up in the middle of the morning. And I had gotten woken up in the middle of the morning to pray about my marriage several times during our marriage. But on this particular night, I'd gotten woken up, but on the other times I'd gotten woken up, it's been like a sound, like a gentle voice, wake up, and it would do it throughout the night until I finally got up to pray. But this night, it's hard to explain because it's like kind of like, I don't know if anybody's ever given birth, but when you give birth to your child, you know it hurts and you remember the pain, but after the baby's born, it's like you forget about it, but you know what happened. It was similar to that. I remember being woken up by the voice of God, and I remember that it was like thunder. It was but it wasn't like aggressive or anything. It was just like being woken up. The best way I can describe it is like being woken up in the middle of the night by thunder. Like if you're sleeping and there's a big thunderstorm and you just hear the lightning really loud. Well, he had woken me up, and he had given me instructions, but it wasn't like he was speaking to me. I don't know if it was telepathic or how it was, because I was asleep and I woke up. He said, get up and pray, and take off that ring. Oh, well, I forgot to mention the story about the ring. Well, so I wasn't wearing my ring, but I had bought, when my husband and I had gotten married, we couldn't afford to get an expensive engagement ring, and I really wanted to have a beautiful engagement ring, but I didn't want to spend the money for it. So I went on eBay and looked for a really beautiful ring that looked very much like the real thing. And so I got one, and I would wear it on vacation. But I usually would wear it with my wedding band, but I didn't wear it with my wedding band this time. So I put this ring on, and when I got woken up, God said, get up, pray, and take off that ring and put your ring on. And I knew that he was talking about my wedding band, and I had it in my purse, and I carried it with me. So I had carried the ring with me, and I had it in my purse. And so immediately I did exactly what he said. I took off that ring, and I put my ring on, and I prayed. And I believe because of obeying him, being woken up and listening to him, that my marriage was restored. I believe that was a command and something God had wanted me to do. And so because I followed his instructions and I did as he told me, I believe that was why my marriage was restored. Because I think it was maybe 2 months after that my marriage was restored, and my husband had told me he loved me and moved back in, and everything worked out. But I just wanted to share this, that, that's my only experience, and that's why I call it The Ring, and that's the hearing the voice of God. So that is my story.